Wealth isn't random. It follows psychology. Certain thought patterns and behavioral tendencies produce financial outcomes that others simply don't. Certain zodiac signs carry those patterns more naturally than others, not because of luck, but because of specific psychological wiring that aligns with how wealth is actually built. Today, we're naming 6 of those signs and the exact psychology behind each one. Psychologists and behavioral economists studying wealth accumulation consistently identify the same traits in high net worth individuals: delayed gratification, risk calibration, long-term vision, discipline around impulse spending, and what researchers call abundance orientation, the belief that wealth is buildable rather than fixed. These aren't traits people are born with. They're patterns that develop through specific psychological dispositions, and certain zodiac signs are disproportionately wired for them. Number 6, Scorpio. Scorpio's wealth is the most secretive on this list, and that secrecy is strategic. Scorpio understands that information is power. Financial information is among the most powerful information there is. They don't talk about money. They accumulate it quietly, move it strategically, and reveal nothing about their financial position to anyone who doesn't need to know. Behavioral economists call this strategic information asymmetry, maintaining advantage by controlling what others know about your resources. Scorpio researches obsessively before investing, identifies undervalued opportunities others overlook, and holds positions for years while others panic and sell. They don't build wealth through speed. They build it through depth, patience, and the discipline to never show their hand until the moment is exactly right. Number 5, Virgo. Virgo builds wealth through relentless optimization, tracking expenses with precision, identifying inefficiencies, researching every financial decision with the same analytical intensity they bring to everything else. Most people would consider this the least glamorous method. Virgo considers it the only rational one. Psychologists call this systematic financial self-efficacy, the deep belief that financial outcomes are controllable through careful management. Virgo doesn't gamble on wealth, they engineer it. Every small optimization compounds over time. The money saved by never making an uninformed decision, the returns earned through careful risk management, it adds up into something significant. Virgo's wealth is quiet, steady, and almost impossible to derail because it's built on systems rather than luck. Number 4, Aquarius. Aquarius builds wealth through vision, specifically the ability to see where the world is going before most people realize it's moving. This is the sign most likely to invest in something that sounds unconventional at the time and turn out to be exactly right 5 years later. They're early adopters, contrarian thinkers, genuinely comfortable being misunderstood by the crowd. Psychologists call this future orientation bias, discounting present consensus in favor of independently derived long-term projections. Aquarius trusts their analysis over conventional wisdom, and conventional wisdom is almost always late to where the money actually is. They also don't need others to validate their financial decisions before making them. That independence combined with intellectual depth produces a wealth-building pattern that is quietly revolutionary. 2 signs left, and number 1 is the sign whose wealth accumulation is the most structurally complete and the most psychologically inevitable. Stay with me. Number 3, Taurus. Taurus builds wealth the way they build everything, slowly, deliberately, and with a patience most people in a world of instant gratification cannot sustain. Their deep appreciation for security and quality isn't materialism. It's a psychological relationship with abundance that motivates sustained financial discipline over decades. Behavioral economists call this security-motivated accumulation, where the primary driver is not status, but the deep psychological need for stability. Taurus saves consistently, invests conservatively but reliably, and almost never makes impulsive financial decisions. They don't care what their spending looks like to others. They care what their balance sheet looks like to themselves. And over decades, that orientation produces results that are quietly extraordinary. Number 2, Capricorn. Capricorn's relationship with wealth is the most intentional on this list. Financial success isn't a byproduct of living well. It's an explicit goal that gets planned, tracked, and pursued with the same discipline they apply to every other domain. Capricorn thinks about money structurally. They build systems, create timelines, set milestones, and hold themselves accountable with a rigor most people cannot sustain. Psychologists call this achievement-oriented financial planning, wealth accumulation integrated into a larger life vision as a measurable objective. Capricorn has one of the strongest delayed gratification profiles of any sign, genuinely capable of sacrificing present comfort for future security in a way that feels not like sacrifice, but like wisdom. They live below their means because they've calculated it's the fastest path to where they're going. Capricorn's wealth is rarely accidental. It is always the result of a plan most people never even thought to make. Number 1, Cancer. Cancer at number 1 surprises almost everyone, and that surprise is precisely the point. Cancer is not the sign people associate with wealth. They're associated with nurturing and emotional depth. But Cancer's psychological relationship with security is so deep and so primal that it produces one of the most powerful wealth-building motivations of any sign. Cancer doesn't accumulate wealth because they love money. They accumulate it because money means safety. And Cancer's need for safety is among the most fundamental psychological drives in the Zodiac. Psychologists call this security-driven wealth accumulation, where the primary motivator is not status or competition, but the elimination of vulnerability. Cancer builds financial security the way they build emotional security, layer by layer, quietly, consistently over a very long time. They are extraordinary savers, suspicious of financial risk in a way that protects them from catastrophic losses, and they have a domestic intelligence about money, a deep awareness of where resources are going and what they're producing. That is more sophisticated than it appears. The secret about Cancer's wealth is that it was never about money. It was about never feeling the vulnerability that comes from not having enough. And that motivation, rooted in something far deeper than ambition, produces a financial discipline that is almost impossible to break. Cancer's wealth is quiet, protective, and by the time anyone realizes how much they've built, Cancer has already built considerably more. 6 signs, 6 different psychological engines producing the same outcome: quiet, deliberate wealth accumulation, strategic secrecy, systematic optimization, visionary independence, patient security seeking, intentional planning, and the primal drive to never be vulnerable again. Wealth follows psychology, and now you know which psychology builds it most naturally. Drop your sign in the comments. See next time only on AstroMind.